The Washington Redskins. Primed to do so much. Could you imagine we did like a cinematic? What is going on, guys? We are back with another rebuild on Madden 20, and we're doing a realistic rebuild of the Redskins. I am not feeling super great about this. You're like, oh, 79. Hey, that's not a bad overall, right? You know, Jay Gruden, kinda. It's technically the beginning of the year. Maybe they got something going. I don't know. I'm not really sure where the overall is coming from here. As the offense, what do they say? Was it 80? What? Is there even an 80 on the offense outside of guard? You got Peterson, McLaurin, and a guard that are 80. The rest are nowhere near 80. I'm not sure where 80 overall comes from. Of course, I would love to start Darius Geis, but technically that would be unrealistic. We'll probably bring him back halfway through the season. Hopefully he doesn't get hurt like he did in real life. I'm sorry as a Packers fan. It's not like we tried to do anything, but it could have been worse. It could have been worse, right? It could have been. Montez Sweat, you know, on a guy on a team that is as bad as this, a bit harsh to bring him back down to normal right out the gate like this. You know, it's pretty harsh. I don't know who doesn't like the Redskins over there, but yeah, that's about it. Defense in general, outside of, you know, the defensive line, not looking good. You got Landon Collins, who's only an 81 overall, making probably the most at safety in the entire league. Pretty damn close to it. This is a 4-year minimum. Easily. Don't look at the gamertag. I mean, it's not like I chose it. Xbox, I swear, Microsoft, they want people to get bullied, right? Once if you didn't know that you could get one free gamertag change. Because back in the 360 days, you couldn't. So someone's just like, well, I guess I'm awarded flour now. And all his friends at school are just throwing rocks at him. That was my life. I'm just talking about personal experience at this point. If you had rocks thrown at you at school, leave a like and subscribe. If you don't want rocks thrown at you in general, also like and subscribe. No morals, okay? Honestly, I don't even know who Jair Christian Sr. is. I really don't. Like, who actually is this guy? He is a 1-year left tackle that will never start a game in his life. Yet Eric Flowers playing guard. They're like, you know what? At this point, just put him anywhere. Put him at fullback. See what he can do. Is this dude for real? He couldn't get a singular tackle for a loss at minimum? Wow. And then he has the audacity to say, maybe it's the play con. I could have gotten a tackle out there. I would have accidentally fallen down and taken someone behind the line. That's not true, but I'm trying to say that. All right, so Brandon Sheriff wants a contract, and we will give him the contract. Give him $10 million a year over the next 4 years, which is completely fair. Chris Thompson, I don't think so, pal. Eric Flowers, maybe. I don't know. He's still okay in Madden because obviously he started really young. Doubt it, though. Anyone else? I mean, not really seeing Case Keenum. Not really seeing any crazy names. All right, so we had about 6 breakout chances this season. Didn't get a single one. That's cool. Of course, we didn't make the playoffs. It's obvious. And, of course, we won the last game of the season, which could be the difference between pick 1 and pick 3. We'll find out. Dwayne Haskins, definitely not Offensive Rookie of the Year, but you never know. Geis came back about half of 1,000 yards. Peterson wasn't super great. Receiving, Terry wasn't super great. I'm a disappointed boy. That's all I'm going to say. Sheriff was like the only guy on offense that looked decent. Holcomb looks like he's probably going to go to star. Could have been superstar if he would have gotten one tiny little tackle for a loss. And I know things that are tiny. Landon Collins had one as well. He didn't get his. I'm not too shocked by that. Like, that's not insane. Offensive yards, 31st. Defensive, not as bad as I thought it was going to be, even though, you know, it makes sense. Andrew Luck, even though we always get rid of him, somehow makes his way back. Maybe I just forget. I don't care. I don't know. I don't care. Haskins, damn. Holcomb, Defensive Rookie of the Year, which is nice. What else do we have? Anything else? Probably not. At least Holcomb got a lot of tackles. Got a chance at a middle linebacker without having to draft one. Because there's a lot of things you need to draft if you guys couldn't tell. But don't you guys worry. We sent Andrew Luck somewhere you can never recover. Free agency. Was Paul Richardson just injured the whole season? I know Jordan Reed was. I don't care. It doesn't matter. We wanted to suck in it. Okay. Call it what you want. We're forcing a dev up here because that's insane. We've had it where corners go up in development for stupid reasons. Holcomb had over 120 tackles and was Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'm sorry. It's got to happen. Okay? It's got to happen. I'm sorry. Landon Collins. No one else went up in dev, so it is what it is. There's going to be somebody complaining about it. How dare you make the Defensive Rookie of the Year one development up, even though if it was EA, the next Madden, they would have him 2 dev ups and 15 overalls higher. That's like quite literally what would happen. I'm just saying. Super Bowl winner is the Cleveland Seahawks. The Seahawks are the winners of the Super Bowl, year 1. We came about as far from the Super Bowl as you could possibly go. I think we're just going to save money. I mean, this team needs an overhaul. You can't go any better than 3-12-1 if you keep the same players that had you 3-12-1. Boom. I'm smart. So, basically, we need everything, so there's no real reason to take a look at what we need. That's pretty simple math, I think. Kareem Hunt, running back could be a nice addition, but far from the need here. Emmanuel Sanders, surprised they didn't try to get him. Eric Armstead, of course, nobody wants him, but it's the one position on this team that we don't necessarily need. Corey Littleton actually went. Oh, yeah, I forgot about Ruben. Not like, all the players that were hurt, not playing, it's not a big deal. They weren't that great anyways. If it's any consolation, we had, what's his name on? We had Kerrigan playing. Does that make you guys feel better? No? Okay. We got Littleton and apparently Eckler. That's a little shocking. We went with a cheaper deal for Littleton. Like, we offered like 4 or 5 mil less than what he was asking for, I think. Trying to get some deals because this team isn't ready right now anyway. So even if we get a good bunch of players, it's kind of a waste. Question is, do we still just pay Darby anyways? He wants 30 mil over 3. We're just not going to be ready in 3 years, though. That's the problem. Like, we have to have a god-tier draft. But at the same time, if we're not going to spend the money, there's not really a whole lot that we can do. We just pay for Darby. I guess so, honestly. Ooh, we actually got... Actually, no, we don't. I know I said we actually got Darby. I forgot we upped the offer to 102. I'd hope we got it. We would get him. Jonathan Allen wants a 5th-year deal. I mean, he probably doesn't want it, but we're not going to give it to him because we're probably just going to re-sign him. So, once again, the 5th-year contracts... really just for QBs and players you only want to keep for an actual year rather than sign long-term, despite what the game says. All right, start the draft. Where are we selecting? Interesting indeed. This is tough. This is not what I wanted to happen. Because we have 2 choices. We have Chase Young, of course, and then we have a defensive end, not a defensive end, wide receiver Judy. But both of these teams are wild cards. They really are. I think we have to draft Chase Young. The thing is, we could take Jeff as well. There's selections here. I think both the Cardinals and the Dolphins could be candidates for Chase, Jeff, hell, probably Judy as well. We don't really need corner that badly. But do we really think if we trade with the Dolphins, they're going to take corner rather than Chase? We just got to take Chase Young. It's simply put, Chase Young, first pick overall. Supposed to go 2, we took him 1. Okay. 80 overall hit, and we took some random guy's class. I didn't want to go with, a known one because even though there are a couple of guys like, of course, Chase Young, where you would know exactly how good they are, you can't guarantee, you can pretty much guarantee with those. With this guy, I don't know. I forgot about Andrew Thomas, actually. Cornerback, right? Yep, cornerback. So, pretty predictable number 3 there. So, we do have a guard. Looks decent. Do we want to trade up, though? That's the question. This guy is overrated the class a decent bit, it would seem. Lineman is a big issue, but can you really trade up when you're a team that needs so much? I was going to trade up, couldn't trade up, and of course, they take him. I don't want to trade up anymore. So the first pick in the 3rd round will be, I don't know. Ooh. A little bit of a steal, but we don't really need a running back at this point in time. We have a few names. We do have a safety that I kind of felt we could maybe move to linebacker, so we'll see about that. Got a couple of wide receivers that I'm not too comfortable with. He's young, obviously, and he's a little bit on the slower side. I'm a little worried. But the way this class has gone, maybe we can get lucky with an overgrade. Okay, not an overgrade because 72 overall isn't crazy good, but he is hidden, which is, the most important part of it. Not super great in coverage. Terrible jumping, can't catch. He's like almost a pass rusher. And his traits are pass rush style linebacker. We're going to develop him as a coverage linebacker, though. That's all I'm going to say. Jalen Hurts, I didn't even look, but it probably doesn't matter too much. We trade Ryan Kerrigan in a 4th next year for 67 from the Dolphins. This, which will be that safety that, please to God, at least has Dev. It doesn't even matter if he can play linebacker, safety, whatever he can play. Hamza Nasir Eldin. I don't know if that's his name, but that's his name now. Hidden. I'm taking it. Apparently we reached, but I'm fine. He's slow as hell, but since we're going to play him at linebacker, not terrible. It's not terrible. What's his 70 block shedding? I mean, he kind of feels like he should be a linebacker, no? That's really high block shedding for a rookie safety. At worst, he could play tight end in the future if he's trash. Colin Johnson, let's go. Ooh. So he's a 72 overall, but he's normal development. Terrible release. Yikes. Yeah, that's not a good pick at all. It's not terrible. It's just definitely not good. I think we're going to reach a little bit because this lineman, he looks decent. But the most important thing is he's the best of all the available linemen. And I feel like we need to land someone, even if it's, a 68 overall normal development, somebody to work with. Or a 70 overall hidden. I don't even know if this is a real player or not. This might actually just be AI generated. He's really slow, but obviously hidden. I don't care what the development is. That's insanely huge. And that's what she said. I think leaving the draft as the number 1 overall pick, the question becomes, did you do enough to not be the number 1 overall pick again? Here's a punter, another normal development. A few normal developments in this class, but it's fine. I mean, we landed a really good player, number 1 overall. We have pick 15 in the 7th. We might just trade this around. Trade this for a next year 6th round. Already making moves. We need a wide receiver, but not to the extent where we need to take one within the first 3 picks. Pass rusher of Chase Young's caliber is just not going to be easy to get. Once again, as long as he's superstar or better, which, let's be honest, he will be, I'm happy. I can't see. I'm not holding A to reorder anything. I actually can't tell. Well, if we go to the right one time, I'm just not even going to touch it. I don't care. Superstar or better, that's all that matters to me. Terrell Lewis, hidden. Superstar or better is all that matters to me as well. No, there's no questions about this one. I love hold the A reorder. If there's one glitch that I don't want to leave, it's clearly that one, because it's definitely not annoying. Another star player, Mitch Jackson. Definitely going to be another star dev, but I'll take what we can get, right? Star, damn it. I was hoping maybe if I did the old reverse psychology on the CPU, maybe we're dealing with something. Of course, you're going to see pretty much, Andrew Thomas is going to be good. Akuda's going to be good. What's his development, though? That's the question. I mean, it was between Chase, Akuda, and what is that? Okay, so he's superstar regular, which is still really good. Akuda or Judy. I mean, you could have went with like a Tua, but I don't think so. I don't think we needed a Tua Tagovailoa. I'd rather not have him. And star development. All right, so what else do we got? Judy, this is the one that, 82 overall, probably the highest overall in the class. I know Rod would love this in the Raiders, in our Titans franchise. I figured it out, don't worry. Let's go left. Ooh, so superstar. So we made the right choice, I think. Let's take a look at that development. Oh, I don't know why I checked if it was superstar or X Factor. It doesn't really matter if it's for the lineman. Damn, son, that's brutal. That is so brutal. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if I'll use this class again, but it could have been worse. It definitely could have been worse. Some of the overalls were higher, but the developments weren't. So this is more of a user class rather than a rebuild class, which I think is kind of cool anyways. Because of Chase, we may have to completely change this scheme around. Worst part is Alex Smith is making 16 mil this year, and if we cut him, it costs us more. Yay. I offered for a few linemen. None of them wanted to join, which is cool. Trust me, this hold to reorder will have this fixed before we sim to the next season. Well, to the end of the season. Holcomb, this is rough. I know there's going to be people complaining about us giving them development, but it's totally, it's totally fair. Well, Dave, if it really matters, we'll do it for the other players in the future. Josh Norman, can he be released? Probably not, right? Oh, he can be. Okay, so we can get rid of... We can save a little bit of money. All right, fine. I didn't show it because I'm stupid, but Monte Nicholson in a 6 this for the Jaguars' 4th-round pick. We do have a couple other players, which is crazy, in a rebuild like this where you don't do too well. You usually don't expect to have any, draft pick trades or just trade bait in general, but we actually do have a bit. We got Reuben Foster, and we are going to trade Jonathan Allen because we have to play a 4-3. We actually have too many good, well, not good, but too many linebackers with starting potential. Terrell Lewis, Corey Littleton, and then Cole Holcomb. And obviously we have Sean Dion Hamilton as a backup. Same with Ryan Anderson, even though he's more of a pass rusher. So we moved Hamza to free safety, and we're going to be trading these two players who combined are easily worth a first-round pick. The question is, can we make the judgment call to get a good first-round pick? So we trade Reuben Foster, Jonathan Allen for the Broncos' 1st and 4th-round picks. I believe they do have Andrew Luck. Maybe they don't actually. QB, maybe they don't actually have Andrew Luck anymore. Maybe they didn't re-sign him. But I thought they had Andrew Luck, and they usually are mid-tier, which I think is completely fair. Even if they aren't, even if they're a top 5 pick, that's their choice. And Jonathan Allen was a former first-round pick. He's a 25-year-old, 82 overall, with good strength and really good abilities, or good ratings. We literally just traded him because, we can only have 2 players that are big, and Ian, I don't like these names, and Payne are both, on contract for quite a bit here. We found the perfect team to trade with. Quinton Dunbar, Norman, and his 6th-round pick for a 4th-round pick. I think is totally fair. We got to fill up some backups, but we saved some money. We also got some value. We have 2 first-round picks now and 2 4th-round picks on top of, we didn't even have a 4th-round pick. So, and then we got Denver's next year pick. So we have a bit more to work with now, and overall we have a little bit more talent. But yeah, it's an okay roster. It's definitely not a playoff team. Might be like a 7-win team, perhaps, which is pretty good. So we have some re-signings. Normally, Trent Williams retires after a year. He's also a guy that in real life doesn't seem like he's going to play for the Redskins, but in this universe, we will allow him to play. I think we're going to give him the 2-year deal, but we're just going to put on left tackle or offensive lineman retirement and just hope for the freaking best. We're also going to give 30-year-old Tress Way a 3-year deal, as I think he's a very good punter, of course. And then Hopkins, once again, as per usual with kicker, we'll see how he plays. Chase, I don't think you're going to get a whole lot better, so we're going to give him a 3-year deal on top of it. So a lot of 3-year deals being handed out. Gave Fabian Moreau a 3-year deal, which is a little excessive probably. Trent Williams got the 2-year, $29.6. And then Vernon Hargraves, unless he plays insanely well, we'll probably let him hit free agency if he wants to rejoin, or we find someone better, we'll do that. Hey, Landon Collins' second chance at a scenario dev up gets the dev up. Not bad at all. All right. So we made the playoffs. I was going week by week, so I kind of just completely blanked out. Even though we lost to the Bengals, we had 2 games out of the last 5 that we could have won, and somehow we didn't. The Bears should have won that one. Bengals should have won that one. I'm not saying we could have had a playoff bye week, but we might have had one. Let's see the division. So we probably barely made it, right? It appears we were the last team in the division, in the conference, to make it. The Vikings, Cardinals, Giants, Lions, Panthers. I'll show you guys, but force wins for them. What was it? Lions, Panthers, Vikings. Ah, God. I don't even know. The Vikings, I think the Panthers, I think the Cardinals were on that list. Did we have their... No, we didn't have a... I thought, for some reason, I thought we traded for their pick. Did we show the Panthers? I think the Lions were one of them. Did we show the Cardinals? I mean, you get the point. We didn't force any wins. The Lions actually won a bunch at the end there. Let's take a look at the stats. Let's say Dwayne Haskins, 3,400 yards, 31 touchdowns, 12 picks. Okay, not great. Geis was decent, but not great either. Terry, I mean, this is not a great offense. I don't know how we even won. We don't even have that great of a team in a division basically guaranteed to the Chase Young, chasing after records, 14 sacks. Okay, that's defensive rookie of the year most likely. Landon Collins, hopefully most of those picks are probably in the development game. Not bad at all, actually. So 26th in yards. what about the defense? It had to be top 10, right? Top 15. That's not terrible. We're probably playing in the wrong scheme as well. We were. Wait, what? I'm pretty sure we were. I'm almost certain I forgot to change the scheme. Or did I? I did! What is this game? I forgot to change the scheme, and we still had good defense with 14... I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with this game. I have to change it, though, because it just doesn't make any sense for it to work, even though it did. So here is the list for MVP. Tua Tagovailoa, 12-3-1 for the Chargers. Almost won MVP. Yeah, I don't think we would have MVP or even close to it. Dak was Offensive Player of the Year. Oh, Defensive Player of the Year almost went to Littleton. He did have a scenario himself, just didn't get it. Defensive Rookie of the Year, obviously, Chase Young. Maybe we get Best Linebacker with Chase, though. Not number 3, but that's behind pass rusher, so he's definitely a Pro Bowler at least. And Landon Collins, Best DB. Darby at number 8. You know, some of our free agent moves, our draft, pretty decent stuff. Hopefully 8 sacks is somehow enough for Sweat to dev up. In our most recent, one of our recent fantasy rebuilds, it might have even been the Giants, ironically. Yeah, Sweat went up for like 7.5, so maybe we have a chance. Our roster's an 84 overall. The Cowboys are probably like an 86, 87, so maybe not. 84, okay. I mean, this is not a likely win, right? But there's a chance. You know, Geis, if he can show up, defense can do its defensively things. You know, we're in a 4-3 for him now. That's, you know, not bad. I mean, I'll take it. So there's a chance. If we can win against the Cowboys, I would say that means you can beat anyone, but let's be honest. If we beat the Cowboys, we're probably going to lose the first game, even if it's against, like, the Cardinals or something, which would be devastating, but it wouldn't surprise me. All right, so starting of the game, the Cowboys just drive down immediately, score 7, then they score 3. Offense is struggling. It's not like we didn't expect this to happen. 7 points before half is not terrible, but yeah, I think you can't miss an extra point. If we would have stopped them, and you know, as much as I say the offense wasn't great, defense did suck ass, if we're being honest. 27 points is enough to win a playoff game if your defense is as good as we are supposed to be on paper. Dwayne Haskins actually played really well, better than a lot of our playoff QBs. Geis wasn't great, but 4.3 per isn't terrible. Touchdowns, okay. Yeah, not a great game from us on defense, unfortunately, but it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but we made the playoffs year 2 with the Redskins. That's the positive of it. And, of course, Chase Young is already a freaking god, so that's another positive, obviously. So, Montez Sweat, like we expected, did go up to star, which is very huge. And Chase Young went up to legend. All right. So, Vernon Hargreaves wants a bit more money now, even though he really, he had 3 picks. He was okay. I think we can get more. So Dalvin Cook wants a contract. Well, I don't know why he wants it. I mean, obviously he wants a contract. Who doesn't? But he's in free agency, and nobody wants to offer him a contract. I would love to go for him. I just don't think we can. Is there any other corners with more potential? I mean, I don't want to go with a Woozier every single time, but at the same time, every rebuild can't be treated as if it's the same universe repeated. It's literally a completely new scenario, a completely new team. So when a guy like Woozier is there and a team like us has money to spend on a corner, why wouldn't they? You know, why wouldn't they? That's a huge position. Cornerback is, if you can find yourself a good cornerback that is very capable on his own, you know, you're looking at a completely game-changed defense. You know, if you can get one of those Stephon Gilmore types, I know that's not what he is, but he's not far off. It's worth the money, and you're not going to just let him go without at least offering a contract. You do have Sidney Jones. We made the play of him recently. I don't think we need him, though. If we can get a Woozier, we don't really need him. Well, what's the price difference? So, same age, I believe, right? Or is it 1 year difference? Oh, it's 1 year difference. So the price is 3-year 36 versus a 4-year what? A 4-year 28. They're both similar style players. So 83 man, 75 zone versus 85 man, 76 zone. I mean, it's not crazy different. So we get a Woozier, we get McManass, and I love calling him that. So a bunch of our contracts were rejected. Offensive lineman, Sidney Jones, and then Pouncey, unfortunately. But that's the way it goes if you're us. We get DeMarcus Robinson. I had a wide receiver in mind, but with DeMarcus, I'm not actually sure if we need one anymore. I also want to see Colin Johnson at tight end, because of course he's a very big fella. I wouldn't imagine he goes up too much. I feel like they definitely fixed the overalls being different for wide receiver to tight end, even if they are a big fella. Nope, I'm wrong. They didn't. So we have pick 19, so I think the trade, the big trade, was definitely worth it for them. Maybe worth it for us. We have a wide receiver that's supposed to go mid-first. The Patriots might, but if we can offer them a decent enough trade and make them a Goddard squatter, I don't know what that's supposed to mean, they might take it. So we kind of based this one a little bit off of the... Actually, no, I gave him way too much. Well, no, I didn't. I kind of based this off of the real-life Broncos-Steelers trade. We trade pick 19, 55 this year, and a second next year for pick 10. I think we could have definitely done third round next year, and it would have been a little bit more fair. But we're still, I think, going to go for the wide receiver. Yeah, we're going to go with the wide receiver. He had a 7.2, which is unbelievable. With 4.54, it might be 88, 89 speed. So, I mean, that works for me. And okay, so 78 overall. We kind of got Jerry Judy a little bit here. 90 speed. Okay, this guy's really good. Yeah, I don't know what his traits are going to properly be. I don't know what his development's going to be. But if he's superstar or better, that's a really good receiver. And we got to keep 23. I'm not sure exactly what we're going to get there, but maybe we trade it next year. I have no idea. So I kind of expected to not have Tua Tagovailoa to not have a second first-round pick, so I didn't really put too many guys on the board that I thought would be there. So we do have some, some choices perhaps. Gonna trade it for 58, 90, and some other third round. Both of the corners are good. Cherry definitely seems better, but with their potentials, I'm just gonna go with whoever we can get. Cherry goes there. That's high, man. We give them 58, a fourth, and then Moreland, and I'll give them that fourth round on top of it for their pick. You know, we did move up quite a bit there. I think they probably would have just taken a corner themselves if we didn't come along and entice them. You know us, enticing people to do things they don't want to do. Let's not talk about that anymore. What's this quarterback, by the way? He's still there. Very slow, but I bet you he's good. I want to see this Levy guy. I want to see the chip this man's going to have on his shoulder. Of course, we can't do it. I'm sorry, pal. Gilbert Worthy, 6'2", 194, 23. He might have actually been a couple years older, so if Cherry is better, I'm going to be disappointed as hell. Okay, hidden. There's nothing wrong with that. Of course, the other guy could have been better. Man corner. He is a bit bad on the excel and agility side. Yeah, and usually, I don't know if I would take him. All right, so it's like late third, and we have another third-round pick after that. Deandre Sampson looks decent. The problem is I don't need him one bit. I don't know what the hell I would do with this guy, but he looks really good, so I'm just going to take him. And he was, hidden is always, the main goal, but he is very good. 72 overall. He's a little on the slower side, but so is our starting free safety right now. I think this, really good catching too. I think this guy might replace that guy. We're going to take the Lions' third-round pick next year. I think that's a pretty fair trade. Fourth-round pick, we didn't get a lineman like we needed to, so... that's a bit of a reach, but we've seen linemen go. He's by far the best available lineman, though. Duncan Dickens. He's got a really funny name. I gotta do it. Okay, maybe I didn't need to. Once again, hidden is great, right? But I don't know what I'm going to do with a 69 overall. Also, again, as I love to say it, user league, steal. But here, I don't know. We don't need a kicker because we might need a kicker. I think we only have Vedvik. We got a little bit for next year. Nothing insane, but a couple of extra picks. Make it a little bit sweeter. We got a really good wide receiver, so even if we star, I'm fine with it. Wyatt Lewis, let's take a look. Oh, the rare perfect draft. I don't think we landed a normal, did we? Perfect because he has development, but 88 kick power isn't anything to be super happy about. I mean, unless he's 21 years old, superstar development, it's not going to be a quick process in any sense. But let's take a look at Dave Gorman, the wide receiver. He could be X Factor if we're lucky, to be honest. I mean, okay, like I said, could be X Factor, but Superstar is just as good to me. Yeah, definitely worthy of the pick. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be allowed to have a platform. Hey! Superstar development. Okay, we're going to take a look at the other guy, but yeah, that is a super gem. Star development, yeah, that's what I kind of thought everyone but Gorman was going to be. So something tells me the kicker could be Superstar, though, because he's old. Star development, I mean, he might start still, because I think we do have one position that sucks on the offensive line. I can't remember. Maybe I'm wrong. I think Superstar, star, but still really good. Yeah, this guy's a little bit faster, but let's take a look at the hit. And do we make a... Okay, whew. Really good. Star development, we made the right choice. Let's take a look at this QB. Let's take a look indeed. LaShawn Levy, 70 overall, hidden. Saints might have landed themselves as... I mean, that's 100% a star, a gem, but let's take a look how good. Oh, God, that's unfair. If I would have known he was that good, hell, I would have taken him in the 3rd round. Maybe it would have been worth it. Dwayne could have traded him easily for like a 1st or 2. Not that I would want to, but, you know, some things have to happen. We trade Jordan Reed, Paul Richardson, and a 4th round pick to the Giants for a 2nd round pick, but we also are going to add Troy Apke, which I think is the biggest part of the trade. They say they don't want him, but he's definitely going to become their automatic starter. Hell, we'll throw in Harmon as well. Why not? 24-year-old, developable, had a scenario for his year 1. Why not? Take them all. Well, here we go with our new upgraded roster. Moses will still start, but Duncan Dickens. I mean, if you want to. He will probably replace him next season. Colin Johnson will be the new starting tight end. However, Trent could be gone soon. We're probably going to buy that offensive lineman retirement trait. We'll see if that does anything. Probably won't. But defense looking good as well. I mean, this is definitely a playoff roster. You know, it was last year, so it should be this year. I mean, here we go. We're on track. All right, so we have some re-signings. Deron Payne wants a contract. We have money, and he definitely has all the makings to be a very good defensive tackle, so we will keep him around. Darius Geis, I will also re-sign, I suppose, even though he's not really playing like the guy we know he can be. We'll give him a 5-year deal. I could have given him a 6-year, but let's make it a little more realistic. And then no one else. So we have to spend some money in the offseason because we have tons of money and nowhere to put it. That's what she said. Headed to the playoffs, but let me give you a spoiler. We're not in them. Not even close. We went 3-13. How do we get better after a 9-7 playoff season and yet we miss? 1 field goal loss, 1 field goal loss, 1 field goal loss in a couple of close games at least. So, you know, things could have went very much differently. Playing-wise, Dwayne was trash. Absolute garbage. Darius Geis, not bad considering they subbed in Austin Eckler for like, I don't even know, maybe 6 to 7 games. I think Darius Geis would have had a dev-up season. Unfortunately, not with that. Terry McLaurin could become a superstar. Gorman, not bad as well. So passing game was a little bit better. Just the touchdowns weren't there. Trent Williams, absolute garbage. I don't know what that's about. Sweat could go to superstar, which would be huge. Chase Young, a little bit of a down year, but still over 10, which is great for Madden Sim. I mean, it's just great in general. It doesn't need to be Madden Sim. Offensive Rookie of the Year goes to Gorman. So, I mean, there's a chance we get... Sampson, that would have been sick. You know, there's a chance we get superstar wide receivers this season. Well, our guy's already a superstar, so maybe an X factor. Who knows? We'll see. I mean, there's a chance. We obviously, once again, going to spend a lot of money in the offseason. 85 overall across the board. Probably lost Trent, though. You know, we're probably going to lose Trent. Terry doesn't dev up, which is brutal. I would have loved for that to happen. I'm surprised it didn't, to be honest. Defensively, Littleton goes up in development. So does Sampson. No Montez Sweat, though. It sucks. Corey Littleton already 28, which sucks as well. But he did go to Superstar, so it should last him an extra 2 or 3 years. Sampson, really amazing stuff. And then Worthy was the number 3, but they just put him at number 4 for a second. I mean, this is a pretty damn good roster. I don't know how we go 3-13 with this team. But hey, congrats, EA. You cucked us again. Congrats. Let's take a look at those negotiations. Who did we want to keep? Trey Quinn, don't need him. Ray, don't need him. There's so many wide receivers that are just as good as them that automatically get signed every offseason. Yeah, I mean, there's not really anyone here. So, you know, with our potential $30, $40 million, maybe more, depending on if Trent's here, which would suck if he's not. I think he isn't either. He's there. Wow. Trent's still here. That's insane. Okay, that's really awesome. I don't know why our offense went down a little bit then. Maybe Morgan Moses. But we have 44 mil to work with. Hopefully, it's all about the names. It's not about the money that we have. It's about the names that are there. Tackle could be nice. Of course, Dickens he's all right. I almost said nice, which would have been weird, but he's okay and just nothing insane. If we can get a new tackle, move Dickens somewhere else. I hate saying that name. I feel like I'm being a potty mouth. I'm not saying potty mouth, even though I just said it, obviously. We could get younger, but overall, there's not much we can do outside of free agency to get better. Unless we draft another amazing receiver, at like tight end or something. I don't know what we can do. Jair, we don't really need a corner, but it's not like we don't need a corner either. I'm just saying, Lane Vander Esch would be nice. He would fit that mold of us getting a player we need, but I don't think it's a position we're going to attack. I think we're going to try to offer a guy. Ooh. Mark Andrews or Dallas Goedert's a little bit older. I did not expect that. Mark Andrews, not a bad bet here. We're going to offer him a little bit less money than he wants, only because he might take it anyways. But if he doesn't, we could just offer him again. So I think we're going to pay the money for Jair. I don't see the Packers ever letting him go. I don't know what, the scenario in the future is going to suck. But when Jair needs a contract, there's a very realistic chance that Rodgers could be retired. Like, he really could be. So, yeah, that might be the way we pay for him. I don't know. But there's no way you let a guy like Jair go when you're the Packers struggling for cornerback for so many straight years. You also do have Bulaga. Don't think that's going to happen. We need to spend some money, though. So we got to find someone. We will, but I don't know. We got to do something here. So wow, that's huge. That's a huge loss. I should have maybe offered him more. Bulaga doesn't accept. I gave him 102 points. I gave Jair 101. Hamilton does accept Jair. I didn't really think about how much it was to, lose him. But, look how much money we have now. Oh, that's so brutal, man. Oh, man, that's actually huge. I didn't really think about it, but, we don't have anyone else to spend the money on. This is more cap space just going into the air and just sitting there, what do we do? You have all this money. Oh, God. Imagine the problem being having too much money. Man, we made a mistake. We should have paid someone. Should have paid Leighton Vander Esch. I don't know, somebody. Do we just pay Michael Gallup? I'm just going to pay Gallup because, we have nowhere else to put the money. Absolutely didn't need him, but we paid Michael Gallup. Hopefully we don't have a bunch of contracts next year. I know we probably do have to pay Haskins, but... Ooh, I actually just simmed our scouting. Oh, well. But overall, once again, we just don't have anything to... Oh, we have the first pick overall. Time to trade to the Vikings so then they can hop the Jaguars and make us rich. The reason why I think this is a fair trade is the Vikings should never even be in close to the top 5, so that next year pick could be easily worse than that. We do have a cornerback. Hopefully they don't take him, though. Okay, if they would have taken that cornerback... Okay, thank God. There is an insane corner. The reason why I traded down, though, is because we don't necessarily need him, but Jonathan Lambert is fast. Look at how fast he is. A 4.24, 5'11", 189, little undersized, but 21 years old. Looks insane. You have to. Best available by far. Is this the best corner we've ever seen? It's going to come down to the development. Catching is a bit low, which is a little worrisome. It's fine for a corner. It's just that if you want to be the best, I'd say something in the 70s for catching would be what you're looking for. But still, absolutely insane. We had a lineman and a DT, but at the end of the day, those aren't positions we have to get, while a cornerback of his caliber is just something everyone has to have. So I think... we're going to keep moving until one of these two guys is gone. Obviously, Waters looks way better. But Cortez is younger, and he's still decent. You also do have Matthew. Yeah, we'll just keep going until somebody's gone, I suppose. We can't really trade up too much more. Maybe we can get rid of a cornerback. What is Darby's contract? It's got to be getting close, right? We trade pick 59, 65, and Moses to the Patriots for... what pick, actually? Oh, right now. Okay. I was looking, I was like, wait, did we make a mistake? It's literally right now. So Ed Russell is definitely on my list. We got some aging linebackers. You do have a DT named Miles. Xavier looks decent, but DT's not a huge need. Offensive lineman by far. Do we really need a tackle? Well, actually we do. We just got rid of Moses. Yeah, we'll take the tackle. Thank you very much. Oh, as long as he's star or better, which he is, that's insane. That guy's so good. If you could switch the age with the other guy, you're balling. But that's amazing still. We still have an extra first round next year. This team looks good. This team looks very good. Let's go to the third round, trade up to get the middle linebacker and, whatever is best available at that point. Looks like the Patriots are going to... I don't want to trade with the Patriots. I'm going to hate double trading, so once they take the middle, I'll be fine. Ooh, that scared me. Really good pick by the Patriots, though. The Jaguars. So we have a middle linebacker. We do have a left guard as well. This guy's pretty good, too. I might trade up for both. We trade a third and a fourth next with Bryce Love for the pick from the Jaguars. And we're going to trade up again. And I don't know how much it's going to cost us, but we need to get to there as well. I think all those players look really good, so I'm just going to try to get them all, to be honest. And they're so close. No, what can we give them? Wes Martin, they're happy with it. All right, that's fair enough to me if it's fair enough to them. We have the next two picks. I'm taking both. I don't care what overall they are. I mean, I do care. Let's go with Clark first. Looks pretty good to me. And he... Okay, I mean, his 76 overall is fine. Normal development kind of sucks, but... Yeah, I mean, it's worth it. Probably. Maybe not. But it is what it is. We're stuck with it. 76 overall is nice. Development is key in rebuilds, though. Especially for O-line. I mean, in general, O-line, it's tough. Hidden. Okay, Ed Russell. How you doing? He's looking pretty fast, too. I'll take it. Jumping sucks, but he's white. Let's be honest. We can't jump. Catching 60, not terrible. Then, let's be honest. It's Madden. You can't jump anyway, so it doesn't matter, does it? We traded both our fifth-round picks. Maybe I'll regret it. We do have a middle linebacker, Akeem Acosta. Really good potential. Is not that slow. Might as well take him. 65 overall normal. Maybe he is that slow. I didn't think it was going to be that slow. 80 speed? 4.72 is 80 speed, really? All right, let's take a look at this draft recap now. Of course, Lambert, he looked really good, which usually is a sign that he's not going to be great in development, probably like star or superstar. Or just potentially the best corner I've ever seen. Okay. Yeah. 97 speed should be 98 at minimum with... I mean, I don't understand where they get that from. If you're a 4.24, you should be running 98 speed, 95, 96 Excel minimum. Minimum. Then you have Waters, of course, hidden development. I don't know what his development... Well, obviously that's the whole point. Star development, but, once again, I didn't care. As long as he's star or better, Clark is already normal. And then Ed Russell, scheme fit as well, is... God damn it, I missed. Is star as well. So really good picks. We actually have a lot of good linemen. To be fair, we don't want Clark starting just yet. Maybe... You know what? We will start him. We'll start him at center. Why not? Roulier, whatever his name is, going to need a contract again soon, which will let him go. Might as well get Clark ready for the big leagues right now. Probably going to lose Trent Williams this season, so this is going to be our best chance at being really good. Russell will be a backup for now. Holcomb might need a contract this year, depending on how much he wants. Russell could replace him. And then that's pretty much that. Lambert will be... Ah, great, my controller died. Lambert will be a number 1 or number 2 cornerback, probably number 2. You just can't sit that on the bench. And then, of course, Darby's getting up there. I would say he's got like 2 years left on his contract, so after this season, we'll let him go and let Worthy properly play. But this should... I mean, it's an 84 overall again, but it's a lot of potential. I don't see why this wouldn't be a playoff team. It should have been last year, and it should be this year. All right, so Terry McLaurin needs a contract. We already paid Gallup for whatever reason, so we're going to pay this guy as well. Dwayne Haskins, clearly not worth the contract, but there's nothing else better coming through that door, so we're going to give him the deal. Obviously, you're going to take that deal, because if not, I'm going to punch somebody in the head. It's probably going to be myself for signing Michael Gallup when we didn't need him. Yeah, we have a lot of money that we need to spread around, but it's all right because we'll make it through in the end. Maybe, probably, hopefully. Cole Holcomb, it's not terrible, but it's still expensive, and I think we need to save money for Trent, assuming he does decide to stick around. We got a new linebacker, but the thing is, Holcomb will last a lot longer, so if we can afford him, I think we should keep him. I really do. All right, here we go to the playoffs. And we didn't make them. We were 5-11. I think I'm going to give it one more year if we don't see some sort of improvement, even though we have one of the best rosters in the league. I'm going to call it. Going to call it time of death on this one because EA's just not having it today. They're just not a fan of the Redskins, even though sometimes the AI Redskins ball out. So we are, I don't even know what overall we are. We'll see in a second. The Panthers 84 overall. 83. Oh, we're an 87. Oh, okay. I mean, we're just not good enough as an 87 overall team. All these other 81 to 84 overall teams are definitely better than us by far. I mean, look at this. We're actually a better overall than the Cowboys, I think. Okay. 5 wins from the best team in the league. It is what it is. I'm not gonna call them out for bad coding or anything. I would never do something like that. Darius Geis just under 1,000 yards. Hopefully it's still enough for superstar development. I don't think it will be, but yeah, I don't know what's going on with Dwayne Haskins just not scoring touchdowns. It seems like everything's fine. We're just not passing enough touchdowns. That's really it. That's all I can really attribute it to. We're just not scoring enough passing touchdowns. Offensive yardage, 20th. Not sure why it's so low. I've moved the scheme a couple of different times. 23rd in defense. We have a really good roster, yet we suck. Okay. If you say so. Any award wins? Lambert, of course. He's basically the best guy. We drafted some really good players in this rebuild, which is ironic. Like, we drafted some of the best players we've ever drafted in a freaking rebuild, and yet, as the best team in the league, we can't even make the playoffs consistently. Like, year 2 we made it. We shouldn't have, probably. I don't even know what to tell you. Final year. That's it. Final year. Because we're going to start getting worse. Trent Williams, after this sim, is going to be gone. Any DevOps? Terry McLaurin, no. Geis, no, unfortunately. Defensively, Holcomb, good re-signing, apparently, because he goes up to superstar development. And also, Ioannis, whatever, Ioannidis, that's his name. I remember now. Sorry for all the people that are going to comment about how I said his name wrong, but they didn't watch to the end of the video where I actually corrected myself. Ioannidis. There you go. We bought the O-line retirement thing. It might have already been pre-decided, though, so it wouldn't surprise me if Trent is still here. Hello. Hello, Trent. Oh, it is. It's not even just... Oh, we can't even order... Wow, we are really broke. Yeah, Michael Gallup was a bad decision. I don't know how much we had to pay him in a bonus, but... Yeah, we're in some trouble with that. We got ourselves in some trouble. Dwayne Haskins was a little bit costlier than I would have thought. So, of course, we could not afford Trent. We can't afford a lot of things around here. However, we can afford to get rid of Landon Collins, which is a nice little treat. Ooh, pick 7 and 12. Yikes. We can get rid of Landon Collins to somebody that can afford him. That's really all that matters at this point. There you go. I don't know what we need to draft. O-line, probably. I don't think we can even... I mean, we can afford Trent, but should we afford him? I think we just about broke even after trading Landon. Yeah, we did. Trent getting some offers. Nothing insane, though. Ryan Kelly moved to center. There's actually not that many insane names. I'm not sure where all the money went. Maybe some really expensive retirements. Not sure. Ooh, Rashawn Gary's moved to normal. Yikes, Green Bay. In fairness, it's fitting. He hasn't really played to the level that you would expect a top 15 pick to play, especially when you're rotational. Gotta play better when you're not even gassed. You're coming in fresh. The offensive line doesn't, substitute very often. So, when do you see an offensive lineman substitute? So you got to be better than that. So we have picks 7 and 12. So I'm pretty happy with that. Of course, I don't know if the Vikings are, but we have a strong safety, Lamar Pinckney, 23, which is a little rough, but looks really good. So I think he's worth taking. And another insane player. I know it said late first, but you just can't pass up on guys with this much talent. Like you just can't. Don't know what his jumping is. Doesn't matter, though, because he looks really freaking good. He's going to be our starting safety. The other guy, has a great story. Played for a while, but just wasn't the long-term option for us. Essex. Salem Essex looks insane. So it's a bit of a reach, but it's best available technically. Ooh, I mean, he's hidden, though. I'll take it, but 74 overall for pick 12 is a little rough. Good run blocker. Very fast, though. Could he play guard? Might have ourselves a new guard. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Let's take a look at what that cornerback is, because I'm assuming he's going to go pretty freaking high. Oh, the Raiders with a bust of the century. Ooh. 75 overall, huh? There's also another lineman. He might be gone, though. I maybe should have slowed down. But let's see. If he's still there, we'll take him as well. He is Jeff Patterson, another really good-looking player. More of a true tackle this time. Okay, he's a really good overall, but normal development. I mean, we landed 2 good players. I can't really, there's, 3 technically. The safety's great, too. We have a DT later, but I think we can get that to the 3rd round and be fine with it. We're going to go with the Seahawks because pick 64 is basically a 3rd-round pick. They go with us, Jordan. Nice. And, this guy, he looks decent. His reps were the best available. I mean, we kind of have to take him now because he's an early 4th, so he's going to go mid-2nd or 3rd. So we're going to go 70 overall hidden. We're going to go with Aries Blake. Definitely a project. How old is he? Ooh. Yeah, I mean, unless that guy's like an X Factor, I think that was, even with the hidden, I think that's probably a bad pick. I'm going to go with Amir Glover. I don't even have him scouted, but we're going to take him. 55 overall normal. Hey, it's the realistic move, am I right? Got a speed rusher. We'll take him as well, mid-3rd. Why not? Normal development, 62 overall. Yeah, not bad finesse, but obviously not much you could do in this situation. Let's take a look at the draft recap. Obviously, it appeared to have a really good draft again, even if they're all star. Perfectly fine with me. Lamar Pinckney. I don't know how much better we can draft. I honestly don't. We had a couple of rough picks in this class, but overall, amazing as usual. I mean, 74 overall, but he has superstar. I mean, I don't know what else we can do with this class. I really don't. Watch this guy as X Factor. Just watch. X Factor. I'm telling you. Okay, maybe not, but still. Yeah, that, the left tackle for, pick 6, he is good. A lot of years. It's not terrible, but kind of a bust. DT wasn't great, even with star as, a late 2nd-round pick. But overall, it's a good play. It's a good move. Spencer Ryans, look at this guy. Look at the traits. What's his development? Oof. He's still good, but, yikes. That guy could have been special. In a good way, of course, not like me. So we trade our center, Ronald Darby, and Nasir Eldin for round 1, pick 8 projection from the Niners. Obviously, they're getting 2 really good players in Ronald and the other guy. And, of course, the center still young at 29, 30, one of the two. It's just you look at our offensive line, we have lots to be excited about in the future. This is a very young shows Brandon. Young offensive line. Honestly, Mitch Jackson could be on his way out, too. So I think we have our roster in, once again, potentially the final season, especially if we suck for whatever reason. So we have to re-sign Chase Young. Do we have enough money? We do. He's going to get that pretty much near max deal. He's obviously worth the money. He's been amazing. Brandon Sheriff, if he's still around, perhaps. Terrell Lewis, let's knock that deal out right now. A little expensive because, of course, he's playing outside. Hasn't been insanely good, but he's definitely worth a 7-year deal. You could just see the way his progression's going to go. Mitch not asking for a whole lot of money, but once again, I think we got to let him go. We have too much young offensive line talent. Can't re-sign everyone, and he hasn't really upgraded too well considering he was star. Only 20, he's 26 years old already. Only a 78 overall. There's not much more you can do for him. Corey Littleton, another position that we might have to let go, especially since he's about to be 30. We have Russell sitting back up patiently for a while now. But yeah, I mean, we're in a good spot. Brandon Sheriff, should we just give him the deal now? Yeah, let's just give him the deal now. Why not? He's, really good players are the ones that break that whole we have too many players mold. But yeah, I mean, that works for me. Trustway will give him a deal as well. Give him a year. Only a year, though, because, I mean, he's 33. Regression does hit these guys as well. They're human as well. And then Collins a backup. Unfortunately, he will be let go. All right, heads to the playoffs. Let's see if we make it. We do not. 7-9 as a 88 overall team. If you guys are wondering, here is what it looks like across the board. Create new character. 83 overall, 84, 81, 82, 77, 82, 85, 84, 85, 81, 83, 81, 82, 79, 83, 79, 84, 84, 84, 85, 83, 84, 84, 84, 81, 81, 84, 85, 84. It's gone really quickly. I might have already went through our team. No, we didn't. Okay, so you can pretty much say the best average is 83 to 84. We're 88, and we don't make the playoffs. I love this game. Do you guys love this game? I love this game. This game is perfect and should not be upgraded or updated or fixed in any way, shape, or form. We lose to the Jets, the Giants, the Niners, the Cowboys, the Giants again, the Buccaneers, the Vikings, the Rams. We saw the Rams were a 77 overall, lost to them, 17-24 to the Cowboys. We're going to show you the stats, going to show you who wins the Super Bowl, and I'm out of here. This has a candidacy for a reload in the future, but I dislike this game right now. Derrius Guice does enough to most likely go to Superstar. Finally, we have 3 receivers, 88 plus. We have a tight end that is 86 plus. We have an 80 offensive line. We almost have a 90 QB. Our running back's 87, and even if he wasn't, he's playing better than an average running back. I don't know what to tell you. We have an elite superstar X-Factor defensive end. Sweat's not too bad himself, and he's super fast. One of the best linebacking groups. DB groups, at least corner-wise, probably the best in the league. Safeties, a lot of up-and-coming guys. Our strong safety won Defensive Rookie of the Year. We've won Defensive Rookie of the Year the last 3 years. Yet, how are we not making the playoffs? What? So, what EA is telling me is a good team doesn't make the playoffs. Ever. I can see maybe once or twice. But really? This team isn't good enough for the playoffs? Really? It's not good enough? Looks pretty damn good to me. I don't know about what you guys think, but to me it looks pretty good. And of course, we're going to get even more XP once it hits the Super Bowl. I just want to see who wins it. Show you the dev-ups. Maybe in the future. This gets like 623 likes. We will do a reload of this sooner than the other ones. 31-21 Chargers win over the Cowboys. Development ups, Dwayne, no. Are you for real with Guice? What does it take to get Guice up? Over double-digit touchdowns, over 1,000 yards rushing. Terry McLaurin, it kind of makes sense there. Defensively, we see Lewis. What a damn signing. Lewis goes up to superstar development. What a clutch signing, because now he's insane. Lambert already an X Factor. Sampson, I think, actually just went up to superstar, though, if I'm not mistaken. Did he not? Oh, yeah, it was last season, actually, I think. Awuzie, though, now, I'm pretty sure he went up in development, right? He did, so that might make him last a year or two longer. The fact that this team made the playoffs one time, and I don't even think we won a single playoff game, is hilarious by EA. Something's got to give with Sim. It's ridiculously bad. But at the end of the day, it's been, 4 or 5 seasons? It's not going to get any better. It really isn't. Dwayne's not going to go up anymore. Guice is going to go down soon. Terry McLaurin, he's getting up there in age, I'd imagine. We're about to lose our middle linebacker. Awuzie is about to be gone. This team, I don't know. And not even just that, but we're about to go broke. So, I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully you guys at least found some enjoyment out of my pain and misery. The Redskins, I guess, just aren't destined to be good in Madden. Okay, if you say so. If you did like it, maybe leave a like on the video. Subscribe if you're new. We do a lot of rebuilds, do a lot of franchise in general. And maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr. Anyways, hopefully you come back for next video. But until next video, see ya!